Okay, so in this video, we're going to start to explore something called custom post types. And custom post types are useful when your data doesn't fit into the category of a page or a post, and it's something that you want your site manager to be able to update. For instance, maybe they have a slideshow or a gallery or something like that, and they're able to upload information from the WordPress backend, and they'd love to see that update live on the site without developer intervention. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is talking a little bit about custom post types, and then talking a little bit about how to get them to actually show up in our API. Now, you remember if we had to WP/JSON, we should be able to see all of the different namespaces, such as WP ACF. That might be a little hint there. We have menus, Postlight, WP V2. And these are all made possible through the various plugins that you have here. Let me bump down the font size back into the normal. Let's head to plugins, and we're going to have our plugins in here. Check it out. We just have a few interesting plugins. Now, the ones we're going to be talking about are, well, Custom Post Type UI, which is an admin panel for creating custom post types and custom taxonomies in WordPress. Now, we also have Advanced Custom Fields Pro, which is allowing you to have powerful, intuitive fields, okay? And the plugins below are all about migrating your database. Now, the big one right here is ACF to WP API. And we can always view the details on any of these to see a little bit more about what this is. Now, this one unfortunately doesn't give you very much information, but if we head to FAQ, yeah, again, not much information, maybe some reviews, but this thing, if you ever wanted to go to the plugin homepage and learn a little bit about more, or even check the code out, you could. What this is going to do is, just like our menus plugin, it going to extend the WordPress API, giving us access to this ACF. Now, if we do a little find for ACF, the first one to come up will be WP V2 ACF is the namespace. And from here, we should be able to see that we have some endpoints. And if we were to just click this link right here, we can open this up in a new tab. I'm going to close out this WP JSON. The link is just WP JSON /WP/V2/ACF. You should see all of our advanced custom fields stuff going on here. Okay, so check it out. We have advanced custom field options, and ACF. Okay. Well, right now we don't have any custom post types or any of that stuff. So let's go ahead and get started with our custom post types. So now let's go ahead and create our custom post type. If we scroll down, we should see CPT UI. Let's go ahead and just select that, and it's going to take us to the custom post type. Now, first off, we do get, this page is really long, by the way. This is a very long page. We don't need most of this stuff. We just simply need this add new post types. So the post type slug is going to be something like slider, okay? So the post type slug is going to be, well, we're making a slideshow, so each individual one will be a slide, right? And we're going to do this all lowercase. The label will be slides with an S. The singular label will be a slide. I feel like they should have some sort of automatic pluralization, but that's just me. I'm going to select add post type. Okay, so we now have a post type. And if we select view post types, we should be able to see our slide in here. And we see it supports a title, an editor, and a thumbnail. Okay, well, we maybe want to change this a little bit. So let's see if we can edit this. Let's head back and let's select edit post types. This interface, not official WordPress. I'm going to just say that. It's not awful, but it's not the best thing ever. So under edit post types, we now have these basic settings where we can say what type of post page fields are going to be in this thing. So if we scroll down here, okay, keep scrolling down. You can see start to a little bit more like what we have when we create a new post or page or whatever. Now, this is fun. We have show in REST API, and we want to show this in REST API. So we're going to select this setting to true. Publicly queryable is also going to be true. Public, true. Show UI, true. Show in nav menus. Can this be available in a navigation menu? We're going to select false. This should not be added to a menu. This is just simply going to be a slideshow, right? You don't need a special link to each individual slide. Okay, now we need a slug to use for the REST API URL. We're just going to say slide. I feel like it should probably just use the default slug in there. Has archive as false. Okay, exclude from scratch. Hi, okay. These should all be fine here. Show in menu, we'll set this to be false. Again, we don't need these things in the menu. Okay, now next we have our actual fields, which it supports. So this is the custom post type. It's a slide. What kind of fields might a slide have? You see that we do have a featured image, which should be something that we could use. In addition, we have the editor and the title. Now we don't need the editor unless you want a body text on your slide, and a title is fine, but we'll probably just end up using it for some sort of alt text. So we pretty much just need this featured image and the title. Okay, so now that we have those two things in here, let's go ahead and yeah, this should be good. Let's save this post type. Now what we should see is that we should be able to add a new type of this slide. We should be able to add a slide in here. Now, typically we should see this pop up in our sidebar over here, but I think I made one too many turnoffs of the menu. If we scroll all the way to the bottom, the very last one that says show in menu, this is not the menus or navigation. This is going to be your admin menu. So what we want to do is actually set this to true. That is my fault. And by default, it's going to use a default little pin icon, the same one as posts. So if you have a different icon you can even use that, which I do recommend if this is going to be something serious that a lot of people are going to be using, a little 20 by 20 icon. You're going to want to make this as nice and accessible for your users as possible. Okay, now that I've clicked saved on this, we should see slides show up here, and we should be able to see it in our new plus too. So we could add a new slide or all slides or any of that stuff. Now this thing does need some tweaks here. Even if we hit screen options, we're not seeing our featured image, but let's go ahead and add a title anyways. What we're going to be doing in this video is specifically just getting this up and running and seeing this in our API. In the next video, we're going to take this a little bit further, and then after that, actually get this going on our site here. So let's go ahead and just say new slide 1. Okay, and we can select publish, and we now have a new slide. Let's head back to the WP JSON. Now I mentioned quite a bit about ACF in the last video, but that's for advanced custom fields. What we're talking about is custom post types. So if we search for slides, you're going to see something really exciting. The custom post type that we created without us really having to do very much allowed us to actually have access to this API with the same WP v2 as we had for posts and pages, only this time we have access to /slide. Again, we have all of these same sort of before, after options, all of this API stuff, and we didn't have to do anything to give it this. We could find one by a slug, we could find one by anything. So if we wanted to find all of our slides, we simply just have to go to WP JSON, /WP v2 slides with an S. So that means if let me collapse some of these here. If we want to see an individual slide, we just have to go to slide /the ID, or we could go from WP /slide like this. Let's go ahead, WP JSON /WP v2 slide, and get access to all of our slides. Now by default, these are only going to give us, I believe, the published ones. We can see that in action here. If we select, let's check this out. We're going to look for something called status, and status is required by false, and the default is published. So it's only going to give us the published slides, and that way people can create or delete or do anything for their slides, and the only ones that are going to come up in the API is the ones that are published, aka new slide 1. And if we add to publish any more, it's going to show up there as well. You'll see we still have 0 for featured media, and considering this is a slideshow, it's something we're going to want to change. So in the next video, we're going to work on this feature quite a bit and get a slideshow up and running. As always, this is Scott with Level Up Tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.